colour is like insanely amazing.
Yeah.
Are you ready for that? It's amazing.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, right?
Look at you. Look at you. Oh my god, it looks so good.
Yeah, so does yours.
I feel like this is a real like finished object feast. Oh,
It is, I know, I'm ready to ski.
you look so chic.
I feel so cool. We're diving straight in.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome
morning.
to 2 Pals in a Pod. I'm Sarah,
I'm Paige.
and this is where we talk about our knitting and some finished objects and yeah, what we've been working on recently.
That's right. We've got a bit to talk about.
I feel like we've gone from like real famine to feast in that I've not seen Paige for like months, I reckon.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I've seen you 4 out of the last 5 days or something.
Yeah, literally. So background, I was obviously in my hibernation. Everyone's sick about hearing of that. And then now I've got other friends who are also sitting exams. My partner's in Tasmania at the moment doing some locoming. My family's out of town. It's a long weekend. And so literally I'm like,
I've got no plans.
Sarah, you're free. And that has happened like every day. So here we are. So we've spent a lot of time together, which I've been loving.
It's actually been really lovely.
So it's been really hard to hide like fun finished objects from you.
I mean, I got a glimpse of this yesterday, but it was pre-zip, and I think the zip, you've done such a beautiful job of that.
Thank you.
Okay, we should just
got, yeah, like let's just talk about
Let's just
you.
start it.
I think you
No,
need to
I
talk-
want to start. I want to hear about this first.
But, okay, fine. I have knit. This is the zipper sweater by Petite Knit is the pattern, and in terms of what I knitted in, it's the Noro Silk Garden Solo. It's not the sock one, it's the normal one. That wasn't on purpose, that was by accident. That's okay, it worked out. And it's held together with a different kind of mohair. It's by Katia, it's called Concept by Katia. And the thing that makes that concept so different or special is that Concept by Katia prides itself in having like every different possible shade of mohair.
They've got like 50
available.
shades or something, don't they?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it is 50 shades. Anyway, this is like the shade of mohair that it is like a very cool toned taupey grey colour. And I thought it fit perfectly with this yarn because I wanted it to be a little bit more cool toned. I think I've seen people who've paired this yarn with the Isager Soft Silk Mohair in the colour E2S. But I thought it made it look a little bit too dirty. Whereas I wanted very much a cool toned bad boy. Anyway, I think the only thing, like in terms of reviews of the yarn, I loved knitting with the Noro. It definitely is a slightly more rustic, well not rustic, but it's a little bit scratchier. So if you're very sensitive, I wouldn't recommend it, but I quite enjoy that about it. And there's a lot of like, obviously a lot of yarn variation. I'll like come up a bit closer so you can like really appreciate the different like colors. It kind of gives a slightly more like holographic look to it, which I like.
It's cool. I think it shows up more contrasting on camera. Like I think
it does.
It's not as extreme in real life.
Yeah,
Which is fine, like either way, but just
I
for
think
reference.
in real life, the
It's like
colours
a little bit
blend
more
a little bit
muted.
more.
Yeah,
and then like the neons in it kind of, I think, really bring out the pastel nature of it a little bit more. And then in terms of the mohair, I probably wouldn't use this mohair again just for my own preferences. I really love a really soft mohair. And I thought I'd try something different because of the colour, and the colour was perfect, but it's definitely not the softest mohair. And I think given that the yarn, like the Noro, is a little bit rough, I think it would have benefited from some Isager soft silk mohair.
Yeah.
However, in saying that, I was in it for the colour. It's not going to be, like I'm always going to be wearing something underneath it anyway. So it's not a really big deal, and I love how it turned out. And then lastly, I think we need to talk about the zip. Sorry, I know I'm like really taking a lot of airtime,
No,
but
this
I
is
feel like I need to break it down.
Of the, yes.
Okay, so guys, look at this zip. Yes, that is a little star. So the brief was cute zip. I wanted a metal zip, not a plastic zip. And in Petite Knit's actual samples, she uses like, it looks like a trouser zip. I've been to our local Spotlight looking for this zip before, and in stock they only ever had like the short trouser zip not long enough for this, obviously. And then Sarah gave me the epic idea of, you know, Etsy has really good stuff like that, like what you're looking for. And I literally just looked up like silver metal zip, and there was so many options. And the coolest thing is they gave you like different options of zipper tie or zipper heads. So you buy the zipper, I'll put the seller down in the description, but you can buy like the zipper. This might be really obvious for people who do a lot of sewing and stuff, but you can buy the zipper by the meter, and then you can buy whatever zipper head you want. And so that's what I did. So I think the zipper situation came to a total of, and I ended up with like this much zipper because it's by the meter. The whole zipper situation came to like $12 or something, like Australian, really affordable. But I got like a lot more options, and that's like including, I think most of that was in the delivery, to be honest.
And you got a fun little
and I love that, and it like very much matches my just general vibe. So I'm very pleased. I'm going to Tassie to visit Jacob, and I'm really excited to have this done and to get to wear this.
Because it's like, I think the hardiness of it, even though it looks delicate and pretty, it's still like,
it's practical.
It's a practical kind of hardy garment, and it's like perfect for like being a bit outdoorsy.
100%. Like imagine this. This is like the cute, I mean, it's not as functional as Patagonia, but like it's like a cute Patagonia. And then imagine this with like a heat tech underneath it.
Real cute.
In terms of just the zip for one more second, I think the zip installation seems intimidating. I've done it before because I've made one of these for Jacob before, and you can see that in a previous video, and so I knew it was easy. You like tuck it into the facing that you knit, and sew it in, and it's unbelievably easy, and so it's quite satisfying because you can actually make it look very neat.
Yeah, you've done an amazing. I was just sitting here just like eyeing it off, being like, oh.
And it's not hard. Like I don't do a lot of sewing. It's not hard to make it neat. The hard thing for me with this was actually putting the zipper head on.
Oh, from because of the one that you bought.
Exactly. And figuring out how to like make it stop, because and then like it is, once you do that, it is so hard to get it on. Like I reckon it took me longer to get the zipper head on the thing by just like trying to pull and push and pull and push than it did to like sew in the whole facing. So anyway, that's my long story, but we love it. We're very happy with it. The zip's like really smooth as well. I don't know if you've noticed that. Nice. It's really nice. It's a bit practical. I'm just noticing I've put makeup on, and so I don't want to like I love it zipped up, but I don't want to get like my makeup all rubbed onto it. So I'm just going to keep it a bit more open and be like a cool girl.
Looks real cool.
Yeah.
I'm reminded of, so I don't do it as much anymore, but I used to volunteer at like a mending cafe.
Oh yeah.
Or like a mending workshop.
Where used to do such good invisible mending.
Yeah, so people would like bring in like bags or clothes or anything that needed holes or strap to come off, and it was a very like incredibly satisfying thing to do. But one of the ladies that I used to do that alongside, she was this, she was retired, and she'd been doing it forever. She was this real sort of battle axe sort of lady. And she had like a blanket no zips policy. She's like, I don't care if you're the Queen of England, I am not fixing your zip, or like I'm not putting a zip in your bag or whatever. Like she just wouldn't touch zips on jackets, on anything. She's like, they are so much work and they're so hard and so finicky. She's like, I don't care. I'm so happy you finally finished it.
Okay, embarrassingly, this did stick around in the room, pretty much finished, but with just like a needle here and a needle here that I just hadn't bound off for like a good few months, but that's okay. We're here. We made it.
Yes.
I need to hear about your sweater because disclaimer, we're just putting in an order, and I'm ordering the exact same mohair to make this exact same sweater.
So this is my Jules Genser by Sandersgarn. It's from a pattern book they released maybe 2-ish years ago called Soft for Women, and this is, I think, kind of like their answer to the ranunculus, but it's a kind of lace yoke, top down pullover, using one strand of mohair. I used 5 balls of Knitting for Olive soft silk mohair in the colour Elderflower, which
I've interrogated already. That's why I know these specs off the top of my head.
Thank you, yes. I'm really glad you're here, because I'm like, it's been a while. Like, this has been a long-term project, and it is finally done.
It's perfection.
So I think earlier in the year, like a few episodes ago, I mentioned that I was like, I'd done the sleeves, I'd done the yoke, and I was just like on this massive
Yeah.
stretch of stockinette.
And it's on like 3mm needles.
It's knit on a 3mm needle, and I was like, I need to not try and finish this. Like, I think I just need to have this in the background ticking over.
Right.
And that was like, I'm so happy I did that, because all of a sudden I kind of knit on it. I was like, not as like
it
rushed.
doesn't become a
It wasn't a chore. It was just like every so often, like, oh, I think I'll just pick up that and just knit on that. And so I kind of didn't notice it kind of growing because I wasn't rushed to finish it. And it just like, it got to a point where I was like, oh, I should probably do the ribbing now. So like, I think kind of putting it on the back burner really...
So unrelatable. Anyway.
Just like chipping away at it, putting it on the back burner really helped.
I love
now
it.
it's done.
Can I just say, this is very on brand for me.
I see you in this.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I think I need it.
Yeah. So it took a long time. I think I cast it on in December. But it's done. I did the second size. Oh, maybe the first size. Hang on. Talk
We
about
can
something.
check.
This is the yarn.
Oh.
That's one I've got to give to you.
I'm not going to put it on my face because it's pastel. It's beautiful. It's
this
very...
colour, I feel like every time we talk about this, I talk about how much I love this colour.
It's just... I feel like you can't really even appreciate it on camera. It's like the perfect...
It's so nice.
You know what it is? It's lemon sorbet.
It is lemon
It's
sorbet.
lemon sorbet.
It's so nice. Anyway, this is like the state of the single like photocopy page that I've been using for my pattern notes. So it's, yeah, I did the second size, which is the medium. It's like, it could almost be a little bit more oversized. I did a fairly aggressive block. I mean, it's fine, but like maybe I would have done one bit size more and not sure.
Whatever, it's
Doesn't-
beautiful.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
perfection. Also, I think it's one, like, you know how lace kind of just relaxes a bit. And
True.
stretches
I
out?
did a fairly
Like, we've got
aggressive block.
a bit of a block situation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
it's
was
gonna
like I ran
relax
out
and
of
balloon.
pins.
Oh,
In hindsight, like I would like maybe some short rows.
but then you said that you didn't want the short rows on the back of the ribbing.
No, okay, so there is like this much short row that is written into the pattern, it's in the ribbing, and like it looks bad and it doesn't do anything. I want real short rows.
It doesn't look bad.
No, I mean
can't
like
see
it's
it.
nothing. Like it's so insubstantial that it's kind of not worth it. What I would do in hindsight is put like a proper wedge of short rows under the lace yoke.
Yeah.
Which I know is complicated, and I know that
yeah,
Amy-
before you split off the arms.
Amy from Nene had this cardigan where she was trying to put some short rows below like a yoke, and I think she had a lot of trouble with it. But I know it's a thing and I know it can be done, and I think that would be worth it for this.
Could you just put it in, oh no, is this like this panel here or this panel, like on the back?
Yeah, or maybe like before you start the lace or something. Don't know, but if I was clever enough, that's what I do. So that's probably a mod I would recommend for people to try out. Overall, it is a really beautiful pattern and I'm really happy with it. And I thought it would be too cool, but actually it's like, I mean, it's not super cold here at the moment, but I wasn't sure I'd get a lot of utility before spring, but
I think
really
it's the
comfy.
perfect spring knit.
Yeah, no, between now and spring.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. But yeah,
I love it.
I'm just wearing it with like a,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like that nude colour blends so well that I was like, how is she?
so okay, first of
Doing that,
all,
but
I
it's
put it on
perfect.
with like a nude, just a bra, and it looked okay. The only problem is like I was getting a lot of shadowing here because of like,
yeah.
but I think if you had something a little bit more smoothing
Yeah.
here.
Like I have a lot of these
Yeah.
these high neck singlety. Yeah.
So like I actually thought it looked fine with just like a nude bra, except for like the boobs are a bit big. And it was a depth.
You're so cute, just like except that like
Too busty. But yeah, this is
Great.
working too. So
oh,
yeah.
awesome. I love it.
The cuffs are really tight actually. That's the other thing. Like it's got a bit of a balloon, which is cute.
Yeah.
But like it's actually really tight despite me trying to, anyway, I would say if you're going to do this, take care when you're casting off to try and create a heap of stretch. Like I've already stretched it, actually I already snapped this morning. Oh, I don't even see. Anyway, I snapped the ribbing when I was trying to get over my hand and give it a bit more room. So that's on the to mend list. And also the waistband is quite tight. So I don't know how to get around that.
I think this is the other thing with lace is like, obviously it's a thin fibre, so it's just a bit more delicate, so we have to take care. There's not like going to be much, unlike wool, there isn't going to be much elasticity in it.
Yeah, and so when you try and give something a tug, you need to probably
Just
be a bit more
take
careful,
care.
Sarah, after you spent 6 months working on something. But I'm so happy it's finally done.
You've nailed it.
Thanks.
I'm so excited to... It's not even that I'm excited to make it. I'm really not. I'm excited to wear it. Like, I'm excited to have it done. The one that, like, I haven't even, like, received the yarn for yet.
Well, you can make a start.
Oh my gosh, true. But no, we don't need more whips.
Yeah, true.
Do you have more finished objects to chat about?
Just one. I just made a pair of socks for my boss for his birthday.
Cute. Can I pick one up and look at it while we chat?
This is just my go-to basic sock pattern, which is the I'm So Basic Socks by Summer Lee. It's got a slip stitch heel and it's a top down. These are the most boring socks, but I know this is my boss is like very vocal about his love of handmade socks. Like he is the most knit worthy person because like he wears them every day and he loves them. So he's got a significant birthday, so I was like, he's helped me out a lot with like my job and he's been my supervisor at work and stuff. So I made him some socks.
This is the perfect vanilla sock.
Yeah, I'm so like, it's perfect.
What mill needle did you knit these on? Because
So,
it's a beautiful fabric. Like, I don't know if you can really appreciate on camera, but it's like, I love it when it loses a little bit of stitch definition.
Yeah.
It's exactly like that.
That is because this is the Regia Premium Merino Yak yarn, which is, I have used before. I really like this yarn.
Add to cart.
It's great. Do you remember those green cable socks I made last year and I had to like re-knit 3 times?
Do I remember?
Same yarn. It's got a little bit of fuzz. It's got a little bit of colour variation.
That's it.
It's one of my favourite sock
It
yarns.
reminds me of, is it the Isager sock yarn that I'm thinking of? I've seen it knit up and it looks kind of similar to this.
I'm realising it's actually quite a dense yarn.
Which I like.
So I did this on a 2.25 because I like a tight sock.
Yeah, same.
But now I'm realising that when I hold this against some of my like superwash merino sock yarns, they're a lot looser and drapier, and this has turned into quite a dense tight. This is like a boot sock.
I reckon it's probably also bloomed a little bit, maybe.
True, yeah. But they were they were dull to make because like you just sort of fall asleep colour wise. But like, that's what he wants, and or that's what I'm sure he'll want, and I just really love this yarn.
That's so perfect.
So
such a thoughtful person. Should we talk about whips?
Let's talk about whips.
I might talk about my new cast on first. Alright, so as I said, I'm going to Tassie next week and these definitely aren't going to be ready by Tassie. I was really, what's the word? Ambitious, you'll see. It's like I'm really excited about the cold weather in Tassie and I was like, I'm going to have all my finished objects ready. Incorrect. So I wanted to make a pair of Colorwork mittens. This is part of my Make 9.
Oh yeah.
Which, yeah, Sarah and I, if you look back.
Are these on our Make 9s?
I think I had already cast this on, so I don't think this one is. But I'm pretty sure that is.
I think I'd already cast this on, but I still put it on my Make 9, so.
Anyway, this is on my Make 9. I'm making the Skandia Knits. What's the name of the pattern? I'll put it in the description. We'll pop it up here.
Like, one of her infinite.
She has, so Skandia Knits has she has like a really good variational number of different Colorwork mittens, which are gorgeous. And I spent ages deciding, and then I decided on one that I was like, this one's perfect. And then it's exclusive to a book, which the book is a little bit, expensive for me. And that, like, it's not that it's expensive, it's just that this is literally the only pattern that I'll knit out of it. So my preferred one had this like cool geometry print, Colorwork print on it. I'll put like when I edit this, I'll pop a picture of it up. So I decided to go with a happy medium, which has similar vibes, but it was just a single pattern. So this is the pattern that I'm making. I've only done this much so far.
This is for your trip next week?
Yeah, no, it's not happening next week. Anyway, so I've just done the wristlet on one. Obviously, it's not going to be ready by when I go on Wednesday, but that's okay. I'm knitting it with, we probably should have mentioned, we went to The
Side note.
Colorwork. What was it called?
It was the Hand Knitters and Crocheters Guild Market, which was held at Coburg Town Hall in northern Melbourne.
That's right.
We met someone who watches the podcast there. Her name was Lana. It was nice to meet her.
And yeah, we also took some of our friends with us as well, which was really fun. And I love those markets. I love because you get like a lot of little small stalls there. And we're big advocates for Australian yarn already, but there's like a really good mix
celebration.
of like Australian local yarns of like people from their own farms, as well as people who like buy really fun like hedgehog fibers and stuff that import it, and like you can't really feel and stuff with like, normally we just buy it online, but you get to actually see it in person, so it's really special and really exciting. So the yarn that I've knitted this out of are these two beautiful yarns. I wanted like a chocolatey brown and a cream, and boy, the hell that I put my friend through in picking the perfect cream. You can imagine, because this is undyed and sheep are this color, the number of creams I held up to this chocolate yarn and showed each of my friends. What about
this one? Is this one too green? Is this one too...
Yeah, I was like, is this too cream?
I just walked away and I just was shopping myself and left other people to
mercy. Sorry, it was really annoying. And also it had to be like the perfect ply for Colorwork and like the perfect amount of rusticness. Anyway, so the cream color that I got is from Cloverleaf,
Cloverleaf Corridor.
Yeah, it's from... So if you want to buy it online, she does have an online store. That's a tag, so it's cloverleafstud.com.au, and they're her sheep, and it's just... The only thing is, and Sarah loves this, I hate it so much. Actually, it's not as bad anymore. It's fading.
It's quite sheepy.
It smelled really sheepy.
I mean, I have such a poor sense of smell that maybe it doesn't bother me for that reason. It's actually gone quite a bit, and they treat the yarn and stuff, like it's not that it's unwashed, but it smells sheepy, and like I would knit, like have a good knit sesh and just like move on, and then I'd like go like this and I'd be like, oh, my hands smell like sheep, I don't like it. And I just wonder if it's just because it's all made in the same sort of area. So because like her stall smelled sheepy, and she had like straight fleece, like with the lanolin and stuff still in bags next to it. So anyway, but the actual yarn is beautiful to work with. Looks really nice.
It's really nice. And then the brown color is also undyed. This is from Windara Black Sheep, which is grown and processed in southwest Victoria, and if you want to purchase online as well, they do have a website online as well. I'm putting these up because obviously these are very like small, small sellers. And I just like had the privilege of being able to see their little stalls and
it was really nice.
See everything and be able to pick. They're both 8-ply. I was looking for an 8-ply pattern because I wanted to make something quickly. Lol, still not going to be made anyway. The pattern itself is really addictive and was really fun to knit. It's just that I'm the kind of person who likes to have like 70 whips going at one time, so that's why there's like minimal progress. But yeah, love it.
It's looking lovely. You've actually done like just such a nice job. It's so small.
I know.
You have small
but
hands.
it's one size for the cuff. Yeah.
My hand wouldn't get through that. Like,
really? You know what though?
I've just ruined one knit. I don't want to ruin another by forcing it.
This is, oh my god, what if I can't get my wrist through? Oh, no. We're in. Oh, it feels nice on my wrist.
Like, it's snug.
It feels like a good snug. Also, like,
keep the wind out or whatever.
Like, there's like blocking and stretch and stuff.
True.
Also, I didn't do a swatch. I know that we said the New Year's resolution was to do swatches.
I didn't swatch for this.
I don't want to do a Colorwork swatch.
Nah, not for mittens.
Even though that's when you're meant to be doing
mittens.
Swatch. But yeah.
This can be a swatch for your next pair.
How like
it's perfect.
Neat.
I'm really enjoying you in your Colorwork era.
Yeah, anyway, so that's that. We'll move on because I could talk about my whips forever.
I have one main whip. I think the only one I brought actually, which is my Bookclub Cardigan.
Oh my god, yay! Okay, sorry, I was like, oh my gosh, what is it? Like I couldn't remember.
Be like the thing that I worked on all day when we were knitting together.
But it's, I can't stop feeling this yarn.
This is my entry for the Bookclub Cardigan KAL, which I am running, or like I'm sort of organising, but really all of the legwork is being done by Mathilde of Nestled in Knits, and Sandra, who is Enso Knits on Instagram. This is a pattern, a recent release by Sari Nordland, for which we're running a KAL. We've got some prizes. There is a Instagram chat, which is really excellent resource. It's been really fun. But this is my version so far. I've done the back and one of the fronts, and I've just started the second front. This is just the dream.
Okay guys, I don't know if you can appreciate this on camera, but I mean, Sarah talked in length, if you want to have a look at our previous video, about sort of the fibre that she's using, but the different colours of the different fibres in this just makes it so fun and so special. The drapiness is the perfect drapiness. It's squishy. It just feels luxurious, and it's the little furry fibres in it that just make it really special.
I don't know if I can do this without dipping it in our tea, but like kind of, it's got some good floof.
It's got good halo.
It's got a good halo, which has got some, because it's got like dark and white light fibres. I don't know, anyway, I should say.
It's like a heathered look without it being dyed to be heathered.
It's like the heather is
like
coming
natural
from the fluff.
heathered, yeah.
This is a yarn which was gifted for me for this knit along. It's by a brand called Zealana, and this is their Kauri worsted, which is a sort of a 10-ply Aran weight yarn, and it's got wool, silk and possum.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't meaning to test you. Took it after you.
The breakdown of which I can't quite recall.
Say you knit this, I'm going to be buying a sweater quantity of this now. Like, and I'm not just saying that.
Just like, I'm trying to imagine wanting to knit with anything else ever again. It's so luxurious. Beautiful. Like, it's pricey, but I think so far, I mean, I don't know how it'll wear in the long term, but so far, I'm just astounded. I'm wrapped.
How many meters is it?
Like maybe
86.
Oh,
86. Yeah, but it's a worsted weight.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
It's a 50-gram ball.
It's not too bad.
The one, so pattern is coming along really well. It's like, you've got to watch it. This is not like a movie knit. This is like
devastated.
Look, there's just a time and a place for different knits in your life. This one you need to watch. The one thing which actually people have been talking about in the chat is the shoulder detail, and like it's because it's like quite a sort of a angled shoulder, but the pattern is for a straight pattern, like a straight cable, so it looks a little bit awkward and weird here at this point. It would be nice if this was neater, and some people have worked out in the Instagram chat how to make this look a little bit neater by like omitting some of this cable and making it so that this kind of flows more contiguously, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
I didn't do it and I am too far gone, but if anyone is knitting this and wants to join and have a look through, there's a lot of people who have been like kind of workshopping this to make it look a little bit nicer, because it is that sort of shoulder back, English tailoring sort of shoulder detail, so it's quite visible.
It's gorgeous.
Like in the scheme of things, I think I'm just distracted by like the luxury of this, but I'm having a really nice time. Like there's other things that I want to finish and work on, but like this is consuming me because like so much.
Yeah, it's a lot of work and it's quite dense. Sorry guys, we were just struggling a little bit with the lighting. What do you reckon?
I think it's good.
Yeah? Okay, cool. If it's not good, sorry, it's hard. We'll do what we can. Don't be sorry, be better.
I'm also triggered. So yeah, that's that one.
It's not that exciting. I'll just talk about it very
briefly.
briefly.
You've done the collar.
I've done a sleeve and a collar.
Oh.
So both sleeves are done. This is the...
Hang on before you start.
Yes.
Just want to like work on something while we're sitting in the chat. Start again.
Alright, so this is my next whip, and I'm not going to talk a heap about it because we talked about it in length in the last video, but this is my Harlow sweater. I made like decent amount of progress on it. It's not a finished object yet, but I've finished both sleeves.
So you're not far off though.
I've started, almost finished the neck, and then my plan will be to knit this to the length that I want, and then I'm going to do like a split hem.
Cute.
I'm knitting it in, as we've talked about before, it's Herriot Juniper Maroon Farm yarn, and it's the 8-ply in the colour Travertine, which is the perfect icy cool grey. I kind of wish I did put mohair in it. I think it would have been really cute with a halo, but whatever.
No,
it's fine.
I think it's like It's just a classic. It's letting the alpaca sing. I think it's lovely.
I'm kind of like winging the details a little bit, so I actually don't know what kind of cuff they did in the actual pattern. I think it's meant, oh, I do actually. It's a 2x2 rib in the actual pattern. I just did like a normal 1x1 rib cuff, and then I did this and I was like, yep, that's perfect, that's it, looks perfect. And lovely. I think I talked about it in the last video. And then I'm pretty sure I said I knitted on 3.25 millimeter needles.
Yeah.
I'm incorrect because I did it on this. And oh, you can't really tell. This is definitely, hang on, I'll do this.
Yeah.
It must have been 3.5 millimeter needles, and I'm just a tight, anxious knitter. So this is probably when I was doing my exams, and then this is what I went to my
the post-exam sleeve.
Like, and then it's just not nice looking.
No, I disagree.
I mean, it's just not.
Really nice.
It's just not as nice looking, and I don't like it when it does like the little volcano thing.
Jesus Christ, woman! No one else worries about this, just you.
I'm going to be undoing it because it's.
Are you joking?
No, because also it's just I don't like the asymmetry of it. Like that asymmetry of volcano and perfection annoys me. I also am not sure if actually I wish I might have done a 2x2 rib. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to definitely do a 2x2 rib split hem, and then I'll try it on and like then just make the decision, because I kind of like the symmetry of all the things being the same.
But is your collar 2x2?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so this one of these is going to be redone, if not both. That's fine. It's not a big deal. And then the neckline, I kind of you'd think that I should just commit and make a decision before I like start doing it, right? But no, I just wing it. So I was like, am I gonna do a high neck? Am I not? Am I gonna do like what am I doing? Anyway, so I've started doing the 2x2 rib. I've been obsessed with recently the collars where they fold outwards and then sew it down, and it leaves this really beautiful like chain finish along the edge.
Yeah.
But will that look weird? Like, will it be too thick? Maybe. So then I thought maybe I'll like make it fold nicely. So then I did like the Petite Knit thing that I never normally do, where you knit like a row of like pearl stitches at the fold of the hem.
To encourage it to fold over.
And it'll like give it like almost like a little picot kind of edge.
Cute. Oh yeah.
But I actually think it's going to work out. So this is the vision. Yeah, and then fold to here.
Cute, yeah.
And then it's like kind of like a funnel neck, which I really like.
Yeah, and I think it would suit that style of jumper.
That's the vision. We're nearly done. And then do you have any more whips to discuss? Because I do have one more.
Oh no, let's have a look.
So actually this was a finished object, but as soon as I finished it, I blocked it and then I frogged it because I didn't like it. Sarah agrees. It was so ugly. So she won't say it because she's
like I agree, it didn't suit you. Like,
no, but I love how you're like
I like how like in the nicest possible way, it didn't fit you.
Yeah, no.
The issue was the fit.
I was making a beanie. It was the pattern I was using was a September hat by Petite Knit, and I wanted like this poppy fire engine ready orange kind of color, bright vibrant beanie, and the brief was that I wanted it to feel luxe and not slouchy, but like not a snug beanie. I even cast on the number of stitches for the large size and finished it. And I don't know if it was also potentially my cast on edge, was I tried the Italian cast on per the pattern, and I don't know if I misinterpreted the instructions, but it wasn't the cast on that I normally do when I do a tubular cast on, and it was just tight, and then I put it on.
Had no stretch.
It like
weird.
It like was stretching on my head, and it just didn't have the look that I wanted at all. And then also as I was knitting it, I might have mentioned in the previous video, I kind of regretted not having mohair in it. So anyway, I'm just going to bring out what I have and then we can talk about it. Ooh.
So you ripped it all out in front of me.
I did.
You started this yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
I'm not joking when I say that I've got nothing to do now that I have no exams.
That like existential crisis of like, how do I fill my days?
Like, it's to the point that like all I dream of is, oh my gosh, what have I done? It's all right, Sarah, I'll edit this one. I think we're there.
Oh my God. You need more project bags.
I know, I just need less whips. All right. So I was knitting it in the Sanders Garn double Sunday yarn in the colour. It's got a color code, but I think it's also called Poppy, but everything will be in the description below. And then I was holding it together with the single strand of Alpakka, which is like the lace weight 2-ply yarn, in the exact same colorway. And the vision was not super fluffy, but slight bit of fluff from that. When I knitted it, it didn't have as much fluff as I had envisioned with that alone. So because I was undoing it anyway, I also bought this, which, can we just talk about the color match?
It's indistinguishable.
It's actually perfect. It doesn't get more perfect. This is from Isager, and this is just Isager Silk Mohair, which is my favorite, softest mohair. And it is in the color 65. I am now knitting, guys, again, I put Sarah through grief with this. What pattern do I do? So now I'm holding 3 strands of yarn together.
So it's the most luxe beanie. I'm so happy that this exists. It looks so much, this is so much better than before.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I feel like I'm not articulating well enough. This is excellent.
That's what the fabric's looking like. It's great.
How's the squish?
The squish is there. I'm knitting, it's a Pearl Soho pattern. I went ahead and ended up unnecessarily buying so many patterns because I'd buy the pattern and realize, no, I don't want to do brioche. No, I don't want to do fisherman rib. I just want a 1x1 rib beanie. And the Pearl Soho pattern is free. But the reason I didn't purchase or didn't start it immediately was I don't want like the swirl decreases. I want like the 4 decreases to a point, if that makes sense. But I'm just going to wing it, and when I get up to there.
It's a problem for later, really.
Exactly. I also cast on 110 stitches because I tried Sarah's beanie that she made in the previous episode, which she made for her friend, and she cast on for that 110 stitches. I sound like I'm from Mean Girls. Sarah casted on 110 stitches, so I cast on 110 stitches. And I'm knitting this on 5mm needles because Sarah knit on 4.5, and I knit tight, so I knit on 4 and 5.
I feel like I was really bossy. You were like, what size should I use? I was like, 5 minimum.
Yeah, Sarah was like, at least 5. I was like,
okay. Really judgy. Anyway,
this feels like I'm knitting a jumper a little bit. Like,
it's looking big.
The flare concerns me. Does that not concern you?
I think you should maybe put it on a barber cord.
Oh no, I hate doing that. I'll knit the whole jumper before I fill.
No, you'd rather just pull it out for a 3rd time.
No,
that would be my suggestion.
I think it's fine because I think it's just the edge. And what I'll do is I think I'm going to just put a thing of elastic in there.
Oh yeah.
And then I think that'll fix it.
Great.
Also, it's
a later problem.
Also, it's going to be double layered over the biggest part of your head.
So it'll like naturally...
that's the bit that always stretches out.
Yeah.
So I think it's actually going to be fine. And if it's not, it's fine. We can always undo it and do it actually 4th time technically. Yeah, but anyway, the colour, stunning. The yarn combination, stunning.
Amazing.
The amount of floof and halo, perfection. It's exactly what I wanted.
I'm happy.
Except for the fact that I wanted it to be done by Tasmania.
I think I reckon
if I only
it's doable.
Knit this one, I probably could do it.
Given you did that last night. I have a few acquisitions to go through.
So do I go.
Okay.
I want to see acquisitions.
First one is what I got from the Hand Knit Guild market that we
I
went to.
didn't know you purchased this.
I did a sneaky purchase.
Can I also say it's giving PAIGE.
But with like a bit less purple.
Am I rubbing off on you?
A little bit. I just bought a skein of hand-dyed sock from a hand dyer who normally his hand dyes are very out there, I would say.
They're hectic.
It's quite hectic.
It's his brand.
And like makes for a spectacular like Colorwork, like a hand-dyed project. I've bought one skein of, this is Maximu yarns, and his like luxury sock base, and it's it's like a merino nylon blend, hand dyed on the Mornington Peninsula here in Victoria, and it's just good palette. It's giving PAIGE actually, but there's a pattern from the 52 Weeks of Socks Volume 1 that I want to make with these.
Ooh.
But yeah, that was just that was my only purchase of the day, despite significant pressure from the guy from Great Ocean Road Woolen Mills. This was my only purchase.
Proud of you.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll stay strong enough to withhold, but
we were actually pretty good at that.
I think we were very restrained.
I similarly only bought those 2 that I bought for the Colorwork mittens.
Yeah.
I think it's because we've been to a few now that we know. I think the first time we went, I was like, this is the last time and only time I'm going to get access to this. And now I see them enough that I feel a little bit more comfortable that it's not going away.
Yeah.
Love it. I also have a couple of acquisitions. I mean, we have the acquisition, obviously, of the ones that I've already shown you. I went to Sunspun yesterday, which is one of our local yarn stores, and I went to pick up my click and collect order for the mohair. And whilst I was there, they had a lot of the wool folk yarn on sale, which you guys know is super luxurious. I've talked about on the podcast before, and they're just very soft merino with a very specific fiber content merino.
It's actually the softest merino.
It's so soft.
It's
it feels unbelievably luxe. I picked up some more of this Woolfolk Fleck colour. Actually, what's the name of this colour? The colour name is F3. I actually already have this in my little stash. I purchased one in anticipation of making like a little romper for a baby, and then I ended up deciding that I wasn't going to do a romper, and I did the booties instead, which I rate. But I definitely bought one and was playing yarn chicken, and it's because it's a little bit more of a luxurious yarn, but also price. And since it was on sale and they had more, I was like, I'm just going to not play yarn chicken and do the responsible thing and pick up a second one so I can make something actually a bit meaningful.
Yeah.
This, it's a 4, actually. Yeah, it's a 4 ply, like a fingering weight kind of yarn.
It looks chunkier than that.
Nah, but
it's the loftiness of it.
You reckon? Maybe it's a sport weight.
No.
It's like in between, somewhere in between. I was going to say something else about it.
It's just beautiful and soft.
It's just nice.
It's the most soft thing ever.
Yeah, that's all I have to say, I guess. Oh, I remember. The ideal colorway. It's the white of this. The white. They sold out so early. I'm so sad about it, but every time I go there. The
Woolfolk Fleck in the white with the dark flecks.
A swatch from the white, and every time I'm like, oh, don't remind me.
Don't remind me what I'm missing out on.
Do you have more acquisitions?
Yeah, but you did yours, given you're still on a Woolfolk run.
I've got one more Woolfolk purchase. So I'm in my beanie era now. I know I've previously been in my sock era and I had one pair of socks, and now I'm in my beanie era and I haven't finished one beanie, but I'm in my beanie era and I just want a lofty, soft, squishy beanie that when it touches my forehead, it just feels really cozy and nice, and when I take it off, I can squish it. Anyway, Woolfolk is perfect for that, no? Yes, anyway, correct. So this is Woolfolk Far. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's 100% how you say it, but that's how I'm going to interpret it for now until I educate myself. It's in the colour 34, and this, it says, should be knit on like 4 to 5 millimeter needles with like a gauge of like 16 to 17 and a half stitches. It feels like a worsted kind of weight, and it's like one of those sort of chain sort of yarns, and it's so soft and squishy, and it's this beautiful shell color, and I think it'll suit you beautifully. A cute beanie out of it, like
a really soft ballerina-y shell pink. It's beautiful. It's gonna be so squishy.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's just it, you know, again, it was on
it'll knit
sale,
up really quick, and it will just be such a beautiful little project.
I find it so hard to sometimes justify buying Woolfolk just because of the price point, and I was like, I'm just going to take advantage of it. Yeah. I always eye it off, so I'm really excited.
Nice.
So those are all my acquisitions, actually.
I have some other acquisitions which I've had for a little while, but I keep forgetting to bring, or like we've obviously had a lot to go through.
We also like always film at my house, so it's a bit harder. You can't just run upstairs and get it.
Yeah, true. But a few episodes ago, I can't remember which one it was, but I was very weary that episode because I picked my little brother up from the airport like 6 hours before.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Oh, thanks. That's reassuring. There was one, and I was looking at myself, like, oh, I just clearly didn't have it together. Because we was filming in the morning, but I picked my brother up from the airport at 2.
Jesus,
Well, okay, so the reason I picked him up was because my brother lives in London, but he was coming back to visit.
Sorry, I just remember where this is going. Okay, yeah.
So my brother lives in London, and he was like, I'm coming back home, and I'm not really bringing much in the way of, like, stuff, because he's only home for a short trip. And he was like, if you want, I can bring you back some yarn. And I was like, yes, please. And so like my payment for him like hauling all this yarn home from the UK was that I would pick him up from the airport. I think it was a small price to pay.
Oh, absolutely.
I was very impressed with my restraint. I only bought 2 jumper quantities.
Oh, proud of you.
The first of which is actually I've only got half of it. I really wanted to try some drops, which I know is a joke because like drops is not a luxurious like you just can't get it. But
I think it's really exciting here, like down here, because you can't access this stuff, and it's really exciting like to be able to try things that we read and see
and
online.
we see heaps of people use. But I was like, look, this is a good opportunity to get some drops, which is fairly inexpensive, but heard lots about. So I got some from like Wool Warehouse, is that a thing? Anyway, some like big,
We're so funny.
some
We're so foreign.
big, yarn place in the UK. And so I have bought some drops Alpaca in their like snowy white colour.
So pretty.
I am going to hold this, so this is only half, because I want to hold it with a strand of tin silk mohair in the same snowy white. Totally influenced and by Rebecca from the Crayabea. She says this is a combo that she really likes because the tin silk mohair has wool as part of the silk, as part of that strand, and the wool plus alpaca plus like gives it drape plus woolly structure and fluff. So I bought lots, I don't know, like 8, 9. I bought like a sweater quantity, and I'm thinking I'm gonna make, it's called the Penny or the Peggy pullover.
I don't know it, but we'll pop it in.
I'll put a picture in. It's by Lene Samsøe, I think. Wow, I haven't really thought about this much, but like my vision is like crisp white, drop shoulder, textured knit.
Nice.
So that was one of the things that I bought. And then the other one was also heavily influenced by Rebecca of the Crayabea. I bought some...
Oh, lovely. This is on brand for Sarah.
Kinross 4-ply, which I feel like, Rebecca is like the a total ambassador for, because she just talks about how beautiful it is, and I was like, look, you cannot get this in Australia, so this was a fantastic opportunity to get some posted down from Scotland to London, then to Melbourne. But I bought 9. These are Kinross 4-ply is a Scottish superfine lamb's wool, which apparently, like, the theory is I have watched, once you like wash it, it like softens up and feels really cashmere and soft. So it doesn't feel super like nice now, but it like
I'm really excited to see your garment and then see that happen and then feel it and then be influenced as well in person rather than just online, because that happens to me a lot.
Look at this, spun in Scotland by Todd and Duncan.
Cute.
So I've got the colour 28, which is called Glen, which, you know, if that's not the most Sarah colour you've ever seen.
Yeah. We were talking about this yesterday. One of Sarah's Alison Bornstein words is grounded.
Specifically,
for more ways than one.
Specifically to reflect palette.
Yeah.
I'm planning to, at some point, this will turn into a cardi jumper by Vertknit.
Oh no, I don't know it. I just thought a cardi jumper in terms of concept.
I think the pattern's called the Cardi Jumper Volume 2 by Vertknit. It's like oversized. It's like, you know, the Suzanne cardigan?
Yes.
It's like that.
Yeah,
knitting
nice.
That.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use this, see how it goes. I'm going to do 4-ply, so it's going to take a while, but good things come to those who wait.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So that's the plan with that.
I just realised I do have one more acquisition, but I need to go give me 1 sec.
Cool.
All right, so these ones are a little bit more, they're not yarn acquisitions. They're
yarn adjacent.
Progress marker and button acquisitions. So whilst we were at the same little yarn market fair situation, I am always a sucker for when I go to Mavis Handmaid's stall. I'm always a sucker for her stitch markers because they're
Did you actually show me what you bought? Sorry.
Oh, didn't I?
No.
Anyway, this is my little, I bought this online from Amazon. It's a little pill box, but I use it to store all my stitch markers and it's very satisfying. And like, actually I'd say like 90% of it is Mavis handmade stitch markers because, like, for example, she does these like gorgeous little acrylic ones. Like, look at this little sheet. It's glittery. Okay, it's not focusing, but it's a little glittery sheet, but I've got a million of these kind of things. Anyway, so I bought some progress markers and they're very on brand for me and very cute. I'm just gonna get them all out because I purchased 5, like I think it was like 5 for $15 or something. I've shown this one on the podcast before. Well, actually Sarah did, but this is the one that Sarah actually gifted me a while ago. It's just a little avocado that she got from a bead shop and then put on a thing, and it's perfection.
Hey, you want to see mine?
Yes. Do you have your little avocado? It's
I'm currently
so cute.
using mine too.
I love it. So similarly, I got these little stitch markers.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so they're just really gorgeous. So I'll show them individually. There's like a, oh my gosh, how do I do this?
I'll pass it to her.
Okay. I got this. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm this person now. Okay, I got this one. It's a little pocky. And then I've got a little egg. I know they're random, but I just think they're adorable. I got this one, which is a little blueberry or bubblegum blue ice cream. And I got this is so random. I'm such a child. I got this one, which is a little ginger cat, because how cute is he? And last but not least, a little paddle pop stick. Anyway, they're just cute. I like them. I also went to one of their little button shops and I got the most beautiful buttons. I don't have like a particular project in mind for usage, but like I will use them. They're just like for the cardigans that I have. Like for instance, I'm still doing the button band. I haven't fixed the button band yet on that cardigan.
April cardigan?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god, woman.
I know. And I'll need buttons for that. I don't think any of these buttons, actually maybe, but anyway, regardless, it's just good for when I have lots of cardigans in my want to knit list. But we've got these buttons. How cute are these little hand painted ceramic buttons? They're just like a little ceramic tile.
They're so beautiful. Oh.
So I've got a few of them, and then I got some shell buttons.
They're just also lovely. Yes.
They're just little heart shell buttons, and then I also got these ones that are little pink shell star buttons, which again on
Peak
brand
page.
for
Peak page.
Right? Like they're just perfect, and I think they'll go well with, like I do, as I said, I've got like a April cardigan plan with some like purple knitting for olive, and like another cardigan plan with some like pink Noro yarn as well, and like I just had those projects in mind when I bought these. So yeah, that's everything. Those are officially all my acquisitions.
Very good. I wanted to say as well a few extra things. Someone who came up to me when I was at climbing, like I go to a climbing gym, and someone came up to me and said hello and that she watches the podcast. So her name was Victoria. Thank you so much. I'm really sorry that I overreacted.
Yeah, Sarah told me about this. She was like, I was such a weirdo.
Oh, I felt so bad for her because she was like, I think she was starting to back away because initially she's like, I watched the podcast. So I was like, oh my God. And I started talking to her, and then she was like, oh, I just wanted to say hi or something. So I'm really sorry, Victoria. Please, if you're at climbing, come back. I won't be as weird.
No, it was really sweet.
So it was nice to meet her. It's been really nice to see some of the comments in the last videos. Like, oh my gosh, everyone's yarn favorites.
Guys, you're really dangerous. I'm not kidding. We've actually we've got the cart ready, and it's being submitted later this afternoon. I'm doing a massive group order from Garntopia with lots of yarn, and like every time I answer a comment, I'm like going up to Yarntopia and like adding more to cart. It's really tricky, but yeah, your recommendations have been phenomenal.
And also, so that one, all the comments were excellent. The one before, the episode before, which was Pearls of Wisdom.
Oh yes.
There was some I have learned so much. Everyone's little gem tips has been amazing. So 2 stellar comment sections. So thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, that one's a real joy to read. Also, people who are kind of saying things like the fact that they also felt like the outlier who thought that, knitting a scarf is boring to begin with, and people who agree with you. I just feel a bit empowered after reading that.
I feel like I was so validated. Yes, lots of great things.
All right.
Okay. Last order of business, which it didn't look.
This was unplanned. Well, not unplanned, but we've realized that we should put it in this episode.
Yeah, let's talk about it because we don't want to deprive you people anymore. Last episode, we talked about a giveaway that we're doing with some yarn which has been donated from Zealana for $250 worth of Kauri worsted 10 ply, the most luxurious yarn I've ever worked with.
This girl here is jealous, by the way.
I'm actually like, I could do with another sweater quantity.
Yeah, I could do with
So Zealana has very kindly donated a sweater quantity, or I think it's the equivalent of 12 balls or 250 Aussie dollars worth of Kauri worsted to a viewer. So we are going to run a random comment generator and we are going to put the winner on the screen now.
Yay, congratulations!
Oh my god, congrats. Zealana will post internationally, so if you get in touch with us, either message one of us on Instagram or on the email which is listed below. We will not get in touch with you, so don't fall for any bots or anything. Get in touch and we will organise for you to receive some glorious possum yarn.
Excited for you. Really would love to also hear about what you decide to make with it. What you're planning on making with it, as well for our own selfish inspiration purposes.
Thanks again for everyone who continues to support us and this channel, and we are so incredibly grateful.
Yeah, no, truly, it's I feel like Sarah and I spend so much of our time like talking about behind the scenes, like the incredible comments and lovely, you know, interactions that we have with you guys, both in the comment section as well as on Instagram and in real life as well now sometimes. We're so incredibly grateful. Really we appreciate all of you. We do read and try our very best to respond to every single comment. The last video really went off with the giveaway, so we're still making our way through them, but we will get there. So thank you so much.
Thanks again, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.